Have you ever felt heaven trying to reach you through a sign you couldn't explain? Maybe through a dream, a sudden feeling, or a name that echoes in your spirit. This message is not a random, beloved one. You were meant to hear this today. Archangel Michael says, the man your heart keeps thinking of loves you more deeply than you realize. His soul recognizes you beyond words, beyond distance, beyond fear. But heaven reveals there is another woman hiding something big, something that was meant to block what God destined to bloom between you. Type 11 on 11 if you feel this confirmation in your spirit right now. Because as you watch, truth will unfold before your very eyes. And what's coming next will confirm what your heart already knew. God is speaking through this message right now. He says, be still, my child. The truth is surfacing. This isn't about fear, this is about revelation. This woman tried to weave confusion into what was divinely written for you. But heaven has been watching, and Archangel Michael has already drawn his sword. Every lie whispered in secret will soon echo in the open. Every hidden motive will meet the light of divine justice. For the word says in Luke 8:17, for there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought to light. You are not crazy for feeling something shift. You were discerning. You felt the strange silence. You felt his energy pull back. You felt heaven urging you to pray instead of panic, because God was rearranging the truth behind closed doors. Archangel Michael says, that man's heart is torn because his spirit knows you are the one chosen. But he's surrounded by manipulation and emotional webs he cannot yet see clearly. The other woman carries an agenda of envy, control, or insecurity. She fears losing her illusion of power. But heaven says her season of pretending is over. This man's spirit has been crying out for clarity. He doesn't even understand why he feels drawn back to your light. He dreams of you. He remembers the peace that came when you spoke, because your soul mirrors divine truth. You are his mirror of healing, not his distraction. Beloved one, heaven is exposing what was meant to delay your union. Don't chase, don't beg, don't force anything. You are not losing him. You are being protected while God cleans the battlefield. Type 7777 if you believe the truth is about to break through, because this next revelation is the one your heart has been waiting for. Heaven says there will be a moment, a divine moment, where he sees the truth without your words, where the lies no longer fit the narrative he was fed, and where his heart remembers your sincerity, your calm, your purity. God says, I will fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Exodus 14:14. This isn't a competition between women, it's a revelation of divine order. You were chosen for love that is real, transparent, and anchored in purpose. The imitation cannot survive the vibration of heaven's light. Archangel Michael stands before this connection. He says, do not fear what's hidden, for light exposes all. You are stepping into your season of clarity. This exposure is not to break hearts, but to set destinies free. Someone will confess. Something will be revealed. A secret will surface that changes how this man sees everything. And when it does, you will not need to prove yourself. Your silence will speak louder than her stories ever could. The angels are already working behind the scenes. Messages are aligning. Dreams are repeating. Synchronicities, times, numbers, names, are all pointing to divine truth. You may even feel his energy thinking of you while you watch this. That's heaven confirming your intuition. Beloved, don't let bitterness grow. Pray instead, because your prayers are sharper than the enemy's gossip. Your faith is more powerful than deception. Every time you said, God, if this is meant to be protected, he heard you. He dispatched Michael himself to guard what is holy. Type 333. If you feel heaven shifting something right now, because you are part of a divine story where truth wins, where peace replaces confusion, and where divine timing reunites what was temporarily separated, that man will soon see who was praying for him, not preying on him. He will see who loved him for his soul, not his status. He will recognize your voice as the one that carried grace, even when you had every reason to be angry. Archangel Michael says, "Keep your hands clean and your heart pure." The enemy's trap will become their exposure. The other woman's secrets, whatever they are, cannot remain buried. Whether it's lies, manipulation, or hidden communication, heaven is already preparing the moment of unveiling. And when that truth arrives, there will be divine reversal, where the one who was falsely blamed is vindicated and the one who pretended is revealed. This isn't punishment. It's purification. It's heaven restoring order. Because God's plans for your love story are too important to remain tangled in deception. You were chosen to love with purity, not pain. You were called to heal, not to chase. And though it felt like rejection, heaven says it was protection. Because what's being revealed now will save you from tears later. Stay in prayer, beloved. Ask God for wisdom, not worry. Ask Michael for strength, not suspicion. Because the truth that's rising is working in your favor. Psalm 91 whispers over you now. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. No weapon formed against your destiny shall prosper. No false story can outlast divine truth. No imitation love can overshadow what heaven ordained. This man's awakening is already unfolding. You don't need to chase clarity, it's coming. You don't need to force communication, it's being prepared. What you need is faith that what's meant for you cannot pass you by. Type 9999 if you're ready to release control and let God reveal what's hidden. Because this is your moment of divine alignment. Archangel Michael says, stand firm in peace. Justice is being written. You may soon hear from him unexpectedly. A message, a confession, a word that brings closure or a new beginning. Either way, you will know heaven had your back all along. Beloved, wipe your tears. Heaven saw every one of them. The angels recorded your prayers. And now, the author of your story is turning the page. This message found you for a reason. Because truth is about to meet light. Because love is about to be purified. And because heaven refuses to let lies define your worth. So breathe deeply. Forgive silently. Trust boldly. Your miracle isn't waiting, it's already moving. If this message spoke to your heart, like this video as a sign of faith. Comment your angel number or prayer request below to align with divine truth. Subscribe for daily prophetic and angelic guidance from heaven. And share this message with someone who needs to hear this today. Heaven says, the truth will not hurt you, it will heal you. It will free you. It will lead you exactly where love was always meant to find you. The heavens are still speaking over you right now. Archangel Michael says this message has not ended. It's unfolding. Every pause you felt, every silence between you and that person was not rejection. It was divine redirection. Heaven had to separate what was human confusion from what is holy connection. This love was never ordinary. It was never casual. It carried a covenant vibration, something heaven wrote before your first heartbreak, before your first doubt. But, beloved, the spiritual battle around it has been intense. When heaven ordains a union, darkness tries to distort it. The other woman's presence wasn't coincidence. It was interference. A spirit of distraction entered his life to delay what was meant to elevate both of you. But the angel of truth is descending now. Every hidden conversation, every manipulative tactic, every false story will crumble like dust before the wind of God's justice. Archangel Michael says, "Do not let fear guide your heart. Let discernment be your shield. Let peace be your power. Heaven is not exposing this to hurt you. Heaven is revealing this to heal you. Because some of what broke your trust was built on illusions, not facts. Your spirit knew. That uneasy feeling wasn't jealousy, it was prophecy. God was whispering, 'Wait, my child. I'm clearing the fog.' And now the fog is lifting. The truth is preparing to walk into the open. You will not need to seek revenge. Heaven's light itself is justice. The same person who tried to replace you will soon wish she hadn't stepped into a story she was never written in. Beloved, Archangel Michael says this man is waking up. His soul is restless because the spiritual connection he shares with you cannot be replicated or replaced. He feels your absence like oxygen withheld. He smiles around others, but feels a spiritual emptiness that words can't mask. He's beginning to see that peace doesn't live where pretense rules. The other woman's secret, her fear of losing control, her hidden messages, her false narrative, is slowly unraveling before him. Heaven will allow her to expose herself without you saying a word. Because the truth does not need defenders. It only needs divine timing. You've been asking, God, why did you let this happen? And God says, because I wanted to show you who's real before I restore what's yours. This wasn't punishment. It was protection. Every delay was a divine setup for truth to stand on its own legs. When he returns, and he will, it won't be from guilt but from revelation. He will see you through healed eyes, not confused ones. Archangel Michael says, hold your ground. The storm is almost over. What's been whispered in darkness will soon be shouted from rooftops. Those who mocked you will watch God vindicate you, and your heart, though wounded, will shine even brighter, because purity always survives the test. Heaven is preparing a divine exchange. The tears you cried in private are becoming seeds for public joy. The pain that felt endless is birthing testimony. The silence that scared you is turning into sound, a message, a call, a word of truth that will heal the part of you that thought it was forgotten. The man who loves you deeply will face a mirror moment. He will look at what he built and realize it was built on sand. He will look at what he lost and realize it was carved in stone. When God opens his eyes, no deception can close them again. He will recognize that your love was never manipulation, it was ministry. You didn't compete. You prayed. You didn't beg. You believed. You didn't curse. You blessed. And heaven noticed. Type 4444 in the comments if you receive this in faith. Because this next revelation is the moment where heaven turns the page of your story. The angel of restoration is moving. Everything the enemy meant to steal, your peace, your confidence, your hope, is returning multiplied. The time you thought was wasted will come back as wisdom. The heartbreak you thought broke, you will become the platform of your authority. The betrayal that tried to define you will become the proof that grace defended you. God says, behold, I make all things new. That means new trust, new peace, new understanding, and for some, a new beginning with the same soul once blinded by confusion. For others, a new path with someone divinely prepared who will never make you question your worth. Either way, heaven promises this. You will not end this chapter empty. Archangel Michael says, do not seek updates from the past. Seek alignment with the present, because the future is unfolding faster than you think. Signs will multiply. Dreams will return. Confirmation will meet you in the most unexpected ways. Songs, numbers, messages that echo the same truth. Heaven is restoring what was broken. Stay grounded in prayer. When you feel anxious, whisper, Lord, let truth lead. When you feel forgotten, say, Heaven remembers me. When you feel tempted to retaliate, declare, Peace is my power. These declarations unlock angelic movement. You are not a victim of love. You are a vessel of divine purpose. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It's spiritual awareness. Your heartbreak wasn't for nothing. It birthed discernment. The reason this love touched you so deeply is because it wasn't just romantic. It was redemptive. It carried a mission to awaken two souls, not just feelings. Archangel Michael stands guard at your side even now. He says, the battle that drained you will soon become the testimony that crowns you. Every tear watered a seed of destiny. Every prayer summoned angels into motion. Every moment you chose faith over fury was a victory in heaven's record. And so, beloved one, do not despair at what's being revealed. Revelation precedes restoration. Exposure precedes elevation. The unveiling may sting, but it will heal you far deeper than denial ever could. Soon, this man will speak words that mirror your prayers. Soon he will confess what he now sees, that your love was light in disguise. And you will know it was worth every silent night. Type 1212 if you feel peace washing over you as you read this. Because you're stepping into the next phase. Divine truth, divine timing, divine justice. Beloved soul, listen closely. The same God who saw your heartbreak also saw what was whispered about you when you weren't in the room. He saw the screenshots, the messages, the manipulation. He saw how they tried to twist your silence into guilt and your kindness into weakness. But heaven says, enough is enough. Justice has awakened, the spiritual tide has shifted, and no lie can hold its ground where truth now stands. Type, justice is coming, in the comments. If you feel the Holy Spirit confirming this in your spirit, this man, the one whose name echoes in your heart, is beginning to see through spiritual eyes. He is seeing the mask slip. He is hearing the contradictions. He is recognizing that peace does not live in confusion, and slowly his soul is remembering you. The purity, the patience, the calm voice that didn't compete, didn't chase, didn't gossip, only prayed. Because you knew your worth was not up for negotiation. God says, I hid you while I healed you. That's why he let you step back. That's why your silence became louder than your presence. Because your distance wasn't abandonment, it was divine strategy. Heaven had to create space for truth to breathe. Archangel Michael says, the woman who tried to replace you will now face the mirror of consequence. Every secret word spoken against you will boomerang under the law of divine return. Not for revenge, but for revelation. So she may learn that touching what is sacred carries spiritual weight. For the word says, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm. Beloved, this is your season of vindication. Everything that was stolen, your peace, your confidence, your reputation, heaven is restoring in layers. The same mouths that doubted, you will speak blessings over you. The same eyes that watched you fall will witness your divine comeback. Because this is what happens when God himself writes your story. Type, I claim divine restoration if you feel this word activating your faith right now. Archangel Michael says there will be undeniable signs. A dream that feels too real to ignore. A message sent at the exact moment you pray for clarity. A coincidence that feels like a whisper from heaven. These are not random. They are breadcrumbs of divine alignment. Each sign is a confirmation that truth is unfolding in divine order. The man who once pulled away will soon be drawn back, not by guilt, but by grace. He will seek understanding. He will remember the peace that surrounded your presence. Because the soul can't unrecognize its divine mirror. You were the answer he prayed for before he even knew how to ask. Beloved, stay anchored in peace. Do not try to prove your worth. The truth is about to speak louder than any rumor ever could. Heaven is not asking you to fight for attention. Heaven is preparing you to walk in elevation. Your glow-up will be spiritual first, visible second. Type, peace is my power, if you choose peace over panic, grace over gossip, faith over fear. Archangel Michael says, when the dust settles, love that was real will remain. Everything else will fade away, exposed by its own false light. So hold your head high, forgive in advance, pray for those who played against you, not because they deserve it, but because your heart deserves peace. You are stepping into divine justice wrapped in mercy. You are walking into a chapter where clarity replaces confusion, where love is honest, where your discernment becomes your protection, and where your destiny cannot be delayed. Heaven says, I'm about to make it obvious who was chosen and who was pretending. Stay humble, but expect elevation. Stay still, but remain spiritually awake. Because in the coming days, you will witness what your prayers built behind the scenes. The angels are aligning events, conversations, and revelations. And soon your heart will say, this was the confirmation I waited for. Type 1111. If you receive this as your divine sign of truth, and share this message so someone else trapped in confusion can find peace through heaven's word. Like this video, if this message spoke to your heart, comment your angel number or prayer request below. Subscribe for daily prophetic and angelic guidance. And remember, heaven's justice is never late, it's perfectly timed. Stay ready, beloved one, because divine revelation is about to unfold before your very eyes. Beloved one, the heavens are not silent, they are roaring in your favor. Archangel Michael says, the battle you didn't understand was never about the man alone. It was about your anointing, your peace, your divine assignment in love. The enemy knew your light carried influence, that your voice carried authority, that your love could transform hearts, so he used distraction to dim your confidence. But heaven says, no more delays, no more confusion, no more pretending. This is the hour of divine exposure, where every hidden hand will be revealed and every masked motive will lose its power. You might feel emotional even as you hear this, because your spirit recognizes truth. You have carried questions, prayed through nights of silence and asked, Lord, was I ever truly loved? Heaven answers, yes, beloved, you were loved deeply. But the enemy planted distortion between what his soul felt and what his mind believed. Now that fog is being lifted, God is awakening his spiritual eyes. The truth that was once whispered in confusion will soon be shouted through conviction. Type, the truth is being revealed. In the comments, if your spirit feels this shift, this man's heart has been under pressure. He tries to act normal, but heaven says his peace is gone. He senses something spiritual moving, even if he cannot name it. He feels drawn to the one who carried light, not manipulation. To the one who prayed for him, not the one who played with him. He's beginning to remember your purity, your patience, your quiet strength. Because your love was never performance. It was purpose, and the other woman, the one who tried to weave webs around him, is trembling in her spirit. Her energy knows truth is coming. Her mask is cracking. Her hidden conversations are echoing back in conviction. Heaven says, what was done in shadows will now face the light. The same light that once healed you will now cleanse the connection. Archangel Michael says the next 21 days are spiritually significant. Heaven is rewriting patterns, breaking cords of confusion, and restoring balance. You will notice divine signs intensify, repeating numbers, dreams with messages, sudden peace after prayer, unexpected communication. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's confirmation that the shift is happening. Type "I receive divine alignment" if you feel this truth taking root in your heart. Beloved, do not be afraid of exposure. Truth does not destroy, it delivers. You may hear revelations that shake your emotions, but don't let fear guide your response. Let peace be your posture. Let prayer be your weapon. Because your calmness will confuse the enemy more than confrontation ever could. Archangel Michael says, "Do not chase what I am bringing back to you in divine timing. The one meant for you is awakening. The one who doubted you will soon defend you. The one who compared you will soon confess, you were the one who truly cared for my soul." Heaven says this love will not return the same. It will return purified, wiser, stronger, or you will receive something even better that reflects your healed energy. Either way, you will not end this season empty. God wastes nothing. Even the pain you carried is becoming purpose in your hands. You have been chosen as a vessel of restoration. Through your story, others will believe again in divine love. Through your faith, others will learn that waiting is not weakness, it's warfare. Through your resilience, heaven will demonstrate victory without revenge. Type "I choose peace over revenge" if that's your declaration tonight. Your angels are working overtime. Archangel Michael says, "Your name is being cleared in realms unseen." Those who misjudged you will soon say, "Now I understand why they walked away with grace." Because your silence was your sermon. Your patience was your prophecy, and your forgiveness became your freedom. Beloved, prepare your heart for divine turnaround. What felt like betrayal is transforming into breakthrough. What looked like delay is shifting into destiny. What seemed like loss is turning into love, resurrected by divine timing. Do not underestimate what God can do in 1 week, one dream, one honest conversation guided by truth. Archangel Michael says, "The hourglass of heaven has flipped. Divine exposure is now in motion. Stand still in faith. Let your peace speak louder than your pain, because God's justice is not silent. It is sacred and sure." Type "I trust God's justice" if this message resonates deep in your soul. Because this moment, this exact word, is your confirmation that heaven has already begun the reversal. Heaven whispers, "You are not forgotten. You are not replaced. You are not losing. You are being positioned for revelation. Hold your peace, beloved one. The truth is walking toward you. The love that was bound in confusion is being set free. And your next chapter will carry the sound of divine vindication. Like this video, if this message touched your heart, comment your angel number or type 1 of today's key declarations. "I choose peace," "Truth is being revealed," or "Justice is coming." Subscribe for daily angelic revelations and prophetic guidance. Share this message with someone who needs a reminder that no lie can stop what heaven ordained. Archangel Michael ends this portion saying, "The truth is rising, love is healing, and your destiny is protected under the wings of heaven."